What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. As you guys should know, we're literally like 10 days away from the NBA draft, and me as a Blazers fan is very nervous because in 10 days we get to find out what this team is doing. It's a franchise-changing decision. But today, for my Blazers, I'm going to put my GM cap on. Not that I have a cap on me right now, but today I'm going to put my input on what I want to see the Blazers do. Today we will be doing a Jaylen Brown Portland Trailblazers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me that 63% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so if you do fall into that 63%, it'd be greatly appreciated if you change that, if you want to anyway. So the Portland Trailblazers, man, as we know, this team is looking to trade this third overall pick. In my mind, personally, and we'd have to package Anthony Simons in the trade as well because we don't have salary to match some of these big contracts we want to get. In my mind, for me, is Jaylen Brown or bust. That's who I want. If we're not getting Jaylen Brown, I'm hoping Brandon Miller is there at 3. I don't know. It's going to be a weird draft night. It could come down to literally 5 minutes on the clock of what this team is going to do. So it would all be contingent on, of course, whether Jaylen Brown does not want to stay in Boston or Boston doesn't want to extend him, whatever. I'm not saying any of this is guaranteed. This is literally just my dream offseason. So obviously, here's the trade that we did. It was Anthony Simons and the 3rd overall pick for Jaylen Brown. If we can get to the trade that we did. So it's going to be somewhere right here. So Anthony Simons, 3rd overall pick for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown goes to Portland, and then Boston just cashes on Jaylen Brown as a player who doesn't want to be there anymore, hypothetically, in today's scenario. So Jaylen Brown, in my mind, would be the best guy we could possibly get with the 3rd overall pick plus Anthony Simons. I know there's the Mikal Bridges idea or the Siakam idea. I don't really want either of them with the value we would have to give up. I think Jaylen Brown is the only one, and even then, I don't know. It's definitely still insane value for Jaylen Brown, but I think it's warranted. He's still only 26 years old. The recency bias will tell you that Jaylen Brown is a bum, but come on, guys. Let's be honest. The man is a stud. He definitely had a terrible run in the finals or the conference finals, but before that, he's a stud. So the recency bias has gotten a little insane. Regardless, though, Jaylen Brown and Damian Lillard as a pairing would be absolutely amazing, and that's what I want to see personally. So I'm moving Jaylen Brown to the 3. And on draft night, we started 23rd overall pick as well. So we got Colby Jones and Julian Strawther in the 2nd round. The next thing we need to do, because as you guys can tell, we got Damian Lillard, Jaylen Brown, and then we have to resign Jeremy Grant, Nurkic, Shaedon Sharpe. That's a fine starting 5. I think it's a decent starting 5. But the bench was absolutely atrocious last year. It was terrible. One of the worst benches in the NBA. It was part of the reason why this team was so damn bad. So we need to fix that. So that's going to be the next step, because getting Jaylen Brown is only the first step. We got more to do. We're going to go get ourselves a bench, and I have a trade in mind that I think is going to be absolutely worth it. So I'm accepting Trendon Watford, Keon Johnson, and Kevin Knox team options because that's going to be pretty important. The next step is going to the team with a couple bench pieces that I want. Now, I'm not really sure what the direction of this team is going to be for the team we're about to trade with, and that is the Washington Wizards. They just got a brand new GM, so I'm not really sure what they plan on doing with this roster, but the Wizards have a lot of guys that I would love to come off the bench in Portland. So the 2 guys I'm mainly looking at is like DeLon Wright and Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford would be a perfect backup center. Our backup center situation was not great last year. We only literally had 1 backup center, and then when Nurkic went down, of course, you don't have another center outside of Eubanks. So we need some more depth at the center position. So I'm trying to get DeLon Wright and Daniel Gafford here to be a part of this bench that we desperately need. So I'm willing to throw. We're gonna have to make up some money here, but we do have, in real life, Portland has trade exceptions, so unfortunately it doesn't really show up here. So we might have to throw Nasir Little in here, and then we'll go throw, like, let's say we can go Keon Johnson, and maybe we keep Colby Jones off the bench and let him develop, and then like Julian Strawther. We're getting closer. We might have to include Colby Jones in here, actually. No, we can go with that. So Wofford, Nasir Little, Keon Johnson, Strawther, and Jabari Walker. Now, we are giving up quite a bit here, but I think it's worth it. Daniel Gafford, DeLon Wright are going to be 2 guys that come in immediately and help our bench like crazy. So that is going to be our trade. And we kept our 23rd overall pick in Colby Jones, which is great. So that's 2 guys that are coming off the bench, 100,000%. A good backup point guard in DeLon Wright and a good backup center and Daniel Gafford, which I love. So we got that taken care of. Matisse Thybulle and Cameron Reddish are both free agents. I don't think I'll be bringing back Cameron Reddish. Maybe if we were going like full on tank mode rebuilding, I would, but I did that in the last Blazers video. So in free agency, let's take a look at what we got going on here. So Jeremy Grant, Eubanks, Thybulle, and of course we're not bringing back Cameron Reddish. The other guy that I want Portland to try to get, and they were choosing between these 2 guys in last year's summer, and they chose Gary Payton. Gary Payton was a terrible signing. He never worked out for Portland. Never even wanted to be here. The other guy they were choosing between was Bruce Brown. What a fumble that was, because what is Bruce Brown doing now? He's in the NBA Finals being a huge contributor. So obviously, there is definitely an option that Bruce Brown just accepts his player option, similar to what Bobby Portis did with Milwaukee, and then he signs for more money next year. Or he can decline his player option, enter free agent and be a free agent and sign a full mid-level. And I want Bruce Brown in Portland. So I'm going to give him a bag, and he is going to be a really nice bench piece as well. So Bruce Brown, welcome to Portland. And then Jeremy Grant, he is going to get paid a lot of money. He is. It's going to be something like this where he's getting like 30 million. So yeah, it's going to be a terrible contract. Trust me. But Portland does not have a choice. They have to bring him back. They cannot afford to lose him for nothing, so we're going to resign him for that much money, even though it is definitely going to be an overpay, but it's going to have to be. So Bruce Brown, Jeremy Grant, two really good additions to bring back as well. Or not bring back, but Jeremy Grant, of course, we're bringing back, and we're bringing in Bruce Brown. Another good bench piece or potential starter. We have Shaedon Sharpe coming off the bench instead. Matisse Thybulle, same thing. I do want to bring him back. Decent defense, obviously perimeter defender. And he shot well from 3 last year, so if he can keep that up, that would be huge for Portland. And then last but not least, I think I'm also going to re-sign Drew Eubanks just as a third center on the roster. And, I mean, he's going to make like $7 million. That's, you know, a trade we can make down the line with salary if we need it. So, Eubanks, welcome. And I think that's going to be it. Like I said, I'm not bringing back Cameron Reddish, so Reddish can be gone. And then other than that, I think we're good. So, it's going to be Damian Lillard, DeLon Wright, Shaedon Sharpe, Bruce Brown with Colby Jones as well, who can keep developing the background. You got Jaylen Brown, Matisse Thybulle, Jeremy Grant, Kevin Knox, and you got Yusuf Nurkic, Daniel Gafford, and Eubanks. So I'm liking it. This is my dream offseason for the Portland Trailblazers in a realistic sense. Obviously, my dream offseason would be getting like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but that's not going to happen. Just kind of unrealistic. But realistically speaking, I could see a world where this could possibly happen. All this could definitely possibly happen. Like I said, it's all contingent on whether Jaylen Brown wants to stay in Boston, and I'm not saying he does or doesn't, so I don't know that for a fact. Shaedon Sharpe's up, though. Gafford is up, which is great, and no one else is going down, which is a good sign. So let's get into this next season. Let's look at this rotation, and is this team a contender in the West according to 2K? So going into next season, this is what the rotation is going to look like. This is how I set it currently. So it's going to be Damian Lillard, Bruce Brown, Jaylen Brown. So the Browns starting together at the wing position with Jeremy Grant, Yusuf Nurkic, Shaedon Sharpe as a 6-man. I think he could still thrive in that 6-man role. Eventually, of course, becoming a starter. Then maybe Bruce Brown can hit the bench if we decide to do that. With Gafford off the bench as well, DeLon Wright and Matisse Thybulle. I personally love this bench way better compared to last year. Last year's bench was absolutely just terrible. It was atrocious. And then one other thing I do want to do going into the season is I want Colby Jones to be mentored, which they already have. Do they have Shaedon Sharpe being mentored by Damian Lillard? That's perfect. So, I mean, we can keep doing that. Like, I'm fine with that. And it really does. I mean, a lot of things Shaedon Sharpe can do. I've already selected 3 badges. Where's the third one? It must be all the way down here, right? Is it? No? Okay, I guess. I selected 3 badges already. So, Shaedon Sharpe being mentored by Damian Lillard. I did want Colby Jones being mentored as well, though. So, let's say he's being mentored by, I mean, let's say DeLon Wright. Something like that. That'll be fine. So, something along the lines of that. And one last thing I want to look at is shot tendencies. So, Jaylen Brown's is a 96. I do want Dame's to be really high as well, of course. So, something like that. Jeremy Grant, I think, is at a fine spot. Maybe going like an 83. And then Shaedon Sharpe, I do want him taking more shots because he is going to be our 6-man. Hopefully, he can thrive in that 6-man role. DeLon Wright, let's boost him up just a little bit. And then, you know, Bruce Brown, maybe just a little bit as well. So, let's summate this season. Will this team be a good team in the West, or is 2K not fond of it? I'm excited. I think we're going to be good. We'll see what happens. So at the end of the season, Darius Garland wins MVP representing the Cavaliers. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year in San Antonio, of course. Fred VanVleet, 6-man in Oklahoma City. So that's a nice addition for them. 80 defensive player. Garland, Most Improved. Snyder, Coach of the Year. And Harrison is your executive. All NBA teams, do we get a Damian Lillard or a Jaylen Brown? We do not. All defensive first team and all defensive second team, so got nothing going on there. And here's your all rookie teams. Of course, our rookie wasn't playing any minutes, but we got the first seed in the West, baby. So 51 and 31 on the season. We had a 5-game gap with the other teams, which is amazing. Now, will we get to the finals is another question, because obviously anything happens in the finals, or in the playoffs, I should say. But Jaylen Brown with 25 points per game. Dame with 23, 18.5 from Jeremy Grant, 17.5 from Shaedon Sharpe. So would have loved to have seen him get a nod for 6-man, but unfortunately did not happen. 11 and 12, or 12 and 11 from Nurkic, 9 and 7 from Gafford with the block off the bench. DeLon Wright with 8, Bruce Brown with 8, and Matisse Thybulle with 2. So overall, feeling really good about that. And Colby Jones up to a 74 overall, which is great with the mentorship. Sacramento, though, is the team we're playing in round 1. Of course, this team got to the playoffs last year, and now we get to play them as they are the 8th seed going up against us. So let's see how it goes. Game 1, down 1-0, not a great start. We're down 2-0. So I'm going to listen to what 2K wants the rotation to be. I'm still not going to throw Eubanks in, though. I don't want Eubanks playing still, just because I don't feel like that we need that many centers in there. So let's go Bruce Brown with 16 and Thibault with 13 and see if that changes anything. Hopefully it does. And we win game 3. Can we win game 4? Yes, we do. Can we win game 5? Yes, we do. And can we win game 6? Yes, we do. So putting Shaden Sharp in the starting lineup looks like it changed a number of things for us. So I'm glad that is going down. Did Shaden Sharp ball out in any of these games? Let's see. Sharp had 13 in that one, but we'll see if we can come out and beat Minnesota in round 2 and make it to the conference finals for Damian Lillard's second time in his career. Game 1, 1-0 start, 127-123, 30, and then 28-14, and then 21 from Brown. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. 3-0, and we are going to beat the Timberwolves in 4. And now we get the Pelicans or the Lakers in the conference finals. So let's see who we get. We get the Pelicans, and you got Boston, Milwaukee on the other side. So what it would be a dream. It would be such a dream finals if we had Boston versus Portland in this first season. That would be absolutely fun, but we'll see what happens. So, of course, we got to beat New Orleans first if we want any part of that. So let's see if we can do that. So CJ McCollum versus Dame, by the way, in the conference finals. That's kind of cool. Game 1, 1-0 start, 128-119. Damian Lillard, 24-6, 21 and 4 from Grant, 19 from Jaylen Brown. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. Game 3, 3-0. Can we sweep the Pelicans? Do not blow a 3-0 lead. Let's go, baby. We're in the NBA Finals, and we're playing the Celtics. Like, literally, the script writers right now are going crazy on this video because that is so funny that we get a Blazers versus Celtics NBA Finals in the very first season of this video. That is just awesome. So, Anthony Simons, of course, who traded him away. Who did they get with the 3rd overall pick? They got Scoot Henderson. So, and they got Russell Westbrook and Derek White. The guard rotation is absolutely insane in Boston. That is insane. Regardless, though, let's see what happens. Jaylen Brown versus former team. Anthony Simons versus former team. Literally, like I said, the script could not be any better. Let's see what happens. Game 1, 1-0 start. Beat them by 10. 31-9 and 4 from Jaylen Brown. 18-7 from Damian Lillard. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. That's looking good. 26 from Anthony Simons. 36-14 from Dame. Game 4, this is a big one. 3-1. Can we beat them in 5? Let's go, baby. Year number 1. Jaylen Brown, Daniel Gafford, DeLon Wright, Bruce Brown, all his additions to this team. We cash in and win a championship year number 1. Part of that is because how good Jaylen Brown is in the simulation. Like, he's so damn good in the simulation. It's not even funny. But just absolutely shooting amazing. Man, first year, we got a championship. So we got Damian Lillard a championship with in the very first season. I'm going to keep going, though. I don't want to end it off just with one season. But that was literally so storybook, it's not even funny. Beating the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown's former team, in 5 in the finals to win a championship is literally just insane. Like, thank you, 2K, for a great script for today's video. So for the draft lottery, of course, we're not going to have our draft pick this season. This time, it's going to finally convey to the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls are going to end up with pick number 30 from us. The Wizards was the number 1 overall pick. It goes to the Thunder. I'm pretty sure that's actually supposed to go to the Wizards, but obviously, I'm not going to worry about it today because I'm not controlling the Wizards or the Thunder. And then let's go fill out this guard guru spot. Chauncey Billups gets to keep his head coaching job. Let's see if we can repeat. Now, a huge issue also as well is that Jaylen Brown is a free agent. So that is kind of concerning because he does leave for the Clippers or the Raptors like a lot. He does it all the time. So I'm definitely a little nervous about that part. I probably will bring him back regardless since he's kind of the title of the video and the theme of the video, though. So Jaylen Brown, you're probably a Blazer regardless here, but we'll see what happens. Let's just jump in. I mean, we have a 29th overall pick in the second round, but I'm not too worried about it. So we got Caleb Murphy. Welcome to Portland. Player options, Shaden Sharp. Of course, we're accepting that. Qualifying offers, Keelan Martin. Not too worried about him. And then free agency. Jaylen Brown, you are a Blazer, right? Let's see. He's got one offer, and it's literally a terrible offer, so we should be able to get Jaylen Brown. No problem. So Jaylen Brown gets his Supermax, which would be a lot more money than I'm able to offer him in 2K. And I want to be able to bring back DeLon Wright as well, hopefully. So he might go down in overall, which is why I'm a little nervous about him. But Jaylen Brown, DeLon Wright, bringing him back. And then we got to make sure we get better because this team might start to go down in overall a little bit. So I can't bank on this team just doing it again. So let's see. How can we get better? Damian Lillard, DeLon Wright. That's a nice point guard rotation. I love it. Bruce Brown, Colby Jones might even enter the rotation this year, potentially. Bruce, and then Matisse Thybulle, Jaylen Brown. The only thing I could see doing better is maybe getting a better backup 4 potentially. I don't know. Maybe we can get rid of Eubanks and get something. I don't know. Let's just do something. we don't have to force anything, but if there's something out there where we can make a little bit of a change, and we still have a small MLE we can use as well if we need to, which I don't plan on it though, because I don't really like any of the options. We'll see though. I'm gonna, take a look and see if there's anything we can get that's worthwhile for us. So I kind of looked at the trade ideas that we could possibly do with, Eubanks and maybe Thibault's contract, and I just didn't really see anything that I like. But I'm not going to rule out the idea of stopping at the deadline and potentially improving the team even further. I won't rule that out just because, I do want to make another change, but I guess it just kind of depends on how the team is doing year 2. It's great that we won a championship year 1, but I'd love to win another one. Let's keep getting Dame championships while he's still under contract, at least here in 2K. So let's go take a look at the rotation for this season. So it's Dame, Shaedon Sharpe, 100% going to start this year. We started him in the playoffs and it led to a championship. So Bruce Brown, as much as I love you, Shaedon Sharpe is an 86 overall. So we're going to keep that the way it is. Nurkic at the 5, Gafford. Eubanks, once again, I'm not playing 2 centers, so that's definitely going to change. I'm actually just playing Kobe Jones right away because he's a 75 overall. If he can keep developing this year, that's going to be huge. So Kobe Jones, I'm going to throw him in there right away. And Eubanks and Thibault are 2 contracts that we can throw together to potentially get something at the deadline if we choose so. And the only other thing I want to make sure we're doing, once again, is with those mentorships. So Shaedon Sharpe still being mentored by Damian Lillard is definitely going to be important. So something like that, and we'll do that. And then Kobe Jones, I still want him to be mentored, and we can go back to probably just DeLon Wright again. So Bailout, Fuller General, and Needle Threader, or maybe let's go Space Creator a little bit. So something like that, and we'll simulate the season. Proficiency is still going to be a 4-star. We'll see how things are going. If I don't stop at the deadline, it's just because our record's just way too good to change anything, but hopefully there's a reason to stop the deadline, and we just, make a really good addition to the team. So at the end of year number 2, Trae Young is your MVP. You got the Denver Nuggets getting Buzelis, and he's a Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony, 6-man, AD defensive player, still in a Laker uniform. Cole Anthony's in a Mavericks jersey. That's Daniel's most improved, and Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year, 6, 7, and 15, and Harrison is your executive with the Cavaliers as well. You might be wondering, Crush, you didn't stop at the trade deadline, and that's because we went 60 and 22. Things were just going so well that I couldn't find a reason to go out there and do anything. We went on a 16-game win streak to end off the season. So absolutely, 2K is agreeing with the idea of Jaylen Brown in Portland, by the way. As you can tell, they're just absolutely agreeing with the idea of it. So player stats, 23.6 from Dame, 23 from Jaylen Brown, 18 from Grant, 18 from Shaedon Sharpe, 12 from Gafford, and then 10 and 10 from Nurkic, and then 2 from DeLon, or 7.5 from DeLon Wright, 6.8 from Bruce Brown, and then Kobe Jones was 7. So overall, feeling really good about this. Now, will we win a championship year 2? That is definitely going to be interesting to see, but we'll see what happens. So we're going up against Dallas in round 1. Luka Doncic is definitely very scary in 2K, so anything is possible here. We could see a world where we're 8th seeded. Let's see. Certainly, current round, we win both, and okay, we're up 3-0. Now we're going to game 7 against the Mavericks. Love to see it. Now, can we come out here and make sure we don't blow a 3-0 lead? Because that would just be absolutely terrible after winning a championship last year. So, and it's looking like we're going to blow the lead. Wow. So we're up 3-0, and we just lost in the first round. W. Love it. Okay. We got the Spurs and the Lakers, and you got the Raptors and the Lakers, and you got Lonzo Ball and the Raptors going on to win a championship. Well, I guess I'll go one more year on this. Maybe we will force the issue with a Thibault and Eubanks trade using those 2 contracts because, yeah, that was just absolutely embarrassing. So after going 60 and 22 last year, I'm definitely disappointed after losing in round 1, but I'm not going to give up. We have the pieces to make another big move, and one thing we also have is our draft picks freed up. That Chicago Bulls trade is officially done. Our pick is conveyed. We can go all in on a trade here. Now, I would love nothing more than to try to get Joel Embiid right now, but unfortunately, that's just really tough. He is listed as untouchable, and the 76ers are buying, so we're not going to be able to get him. But, I mean, you would have to think if Joel Embiid and the 76ers just kept getting eliminated in round 2, that eventually something would have to, give. But the 2 guys I'm looking at, there's been a report about, obviously, that the Blazers have been interested in DeAndre Ayton. Now, Suns fans have been absolutely delusional on Twitter saying, Damian Lillard for DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. Let's just be honest if we're going to be realistic in something. But the guy I want is on the Miami Heat. The Heat suck, 30 and 52. Bam Adebayo's on the last year of his contract, so I want Bam Adebayo. And DeAndre would be cool as well, but Bam is a way better defensive player. So give me Bam Adebayo to replace Yusuf Nurkic, and we're a championship team next year. I guarantee it. So Nurkic, you're going to have to be in here for your salary. And then once again, Eubanks is going to have to be in here. And then DeLon Wright will be, or not DeLon Wright. Let's do Thibault instead. And then let's have every pick we could possibly throw at the Miami Heat. And I should just make this a terrible trade because that's what Miami Heat fans have been suggesting about Dame. So they don't agree to that, though. So that did not work out the way I wanted it to. Let's go 2026. And they agree. We literally just needed a half-star more value. And Bam Adebayo is our brand new center in Portland, baby. That's what I love to see. So now I think we're going to be running it back. That was the addition I wanted to make. There's really nothing else we need to do. Shaedon Sharpe, Bruce Brown are on a Shaedon Sharpe's going to be on the last year of his rookie extension. DeLon Wright's still here. Bruce Brown is on the last year. Jaylen Brown. Kobe Jones on an extension rookie contract still as well. So all we need to do is literally just sign shoemate, I guess, and then player options. Kobe Jones, Shaedon Sharpe, and Caleb Murphy will accept all of those. And again, I don't think we have any important free agents to worry about. But just to be on the safe side, I will go ahead and just check just in case we don't know. Yeah, like I thought. I didn't think we did. I'm going to sign a point guard just in case DeLon Wright goes down in overall, even though Saben Lee isn't much better. But just to be on the safe side, he's younger, and hopefully he can maybe develop a little bit. But let's go to player progression, and let's see how this is going to look. Dame is probably going to start to go down in overall, and then Jeremy Grant might go down, but we got Bam Adebayo here, so hopefully that's going to make up for it. So Dame is down to a 90. Grant's down 1. Shaedon Sharpe's up to an 89, though, and then Bam Adebayo is an 88. DeLon Wright didn't go down, which is a great sign. So Saben Lee probably won't get any minutes, and then Kobe Jones up to a 76. So overall, I'm feeling good. Going to next year, third season. Let's see if we can win one more championship. We were robbed of winning another one last year. This year, with Bam Adebayo joining us, we should no doubt be a team that should win a championship this year. Unfortunately, we did fall off this year. We did not get that first seed in the West after adding Adebayo, but it's all good. I think we're still going to be pretty scary in the playoffs. 20 from Shaedon Sharpe, 22 from Dame, 24.5 from Jaylen Brown, and then Bam with 15, Grant with 14, Gafford with 12, Bruce Brown with 8, 7 from DeLon Wright, and 5 from Kobe Jones. So here goes nothing. Let's see if we can win one more championship in this video. If we don't, honestly, it's not that big of a deal because the championship we got in year 1 was still absolutely amazing. I loved that championship. So let's see if we beat the Jazz in round 1. I would love nothing more than at least get out of round 1, especially after last year. Last year was so disappointing. So many current round, and we're going to a game 5 or game 6, game 3, game 6. We beat them, or game 5 we beat them. Game 6. We're going to a game 7 once again. Not great, but let's see what happens. Game 7 in Portland. Please don't lose in round 1. Please get out of round 1, at least for this end of the season. We got the lead. Now, can we hang on to it? We are moving on out of round 1. W. Okay. Now we get the Thunder, though. And at this point, the Thunder are probably unstoppable. They got Chet, Jalen Williams, Jet Howard, Josh Giddey, Shea. And then they got Austin Reeves, Trey Murphy, Justin Edwards, Usman Deng, Nasir Cunningham. Yeah, they're pretty deep. It's going to be really tough to beat this team. But game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, down 2-0. Game 3, we do win. Game 4, can we even it up? Yes, we can. Can we win game 5, though? No. Game 6, we got to win if we want any chance at forcing game 7 back to Oklahoma City. Can we do it? Or we're going to get eliminated in round 2 here by the Thunder, and it's looking like we're going to eliminate in round 2. Definitely disappointing, but you know what? We got one championship in this video, and that's all that matters. 147, 129. I don't care. We got that one ring, and that's all I wanted. So Jaylen Brown, great addition to Portland. I really hope that the Blazers get Jaylen Brown. That's my hope anyway. If we draft Scoot Henderson, I don't know what to expect. I don't want to see a Damian Lillard Scoot Henderson duo. I don't think that makes any sense. And obviously, if you draft Scoot, that could signal the end for the Damian Lillard era. So I'm nervous with this ownership currently in Portland that does not care about the team, because obviously she only got the team because her brother passed away. So hopefully things go the way I would hope they do. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Regardless, I'm definitely struggling to speak at the end of this one. But I'll see you on the next video. This is Crushables. I'll probably be here tomorrow with maybe a Miami Heat offseason rebuild to get eliminated tonight. We shall see. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.